rest of us just actively swimming down as Roland just angrily, like...
Perfect.
So, as you now sit on the beach with your objective in the distance, watching this violent hurricane kind of blow and move itself through the distance of the horizon. Is there anything you guys want to do before you head that way?
Did we long rest yet? Have we needed a long rest?
We long rested right before we went into
Okay.
the waterfall area. I'm still good.
I don't think anybody used anything important or took any damage as far as I know.
I used one of my first level spell slots for laying on hands at the cursed pedestal, but I'm perfectly willing to go forward with what we got.
If you lay on hands, that does not count as a spell slot.
Oh,
it's
you're
just
right.
your.
I'm thinking of the divine.
Correct.
Divine smite.
Yeah.
So
if you have, it's just out of a pool of whatever it is now that you're 7th level. I forget what it is up top.
I put like 1 point of my 1 point of my healing into the water, which didn't even say thank you.
It had a very interesting effect, though.
It didn't say thank you. It was kind of a jackass about it, honestly.
Wow.
Then, you see Durza kind of sitting there on the edge of the water, and she's just staring out in the distance. And she looks over to the group of you and goes, "Well, is it time now?"
Do we have any reason to believe that we'll need to get occupied again? Like, do we know how long it lasts?
You aren't sure, but I will tell you that it should not be a problem provided you don't do anything absolutely ridiculous.
Let's just spray it just in case.
Define absolutely ridiculous.
If
give me an example.
If you
name one time we've done something ridiculous in the past.
If you spend more than an entire 24 hours there, then it will become a problem. But at the current juncture, you are fine.
Is there anyone hot down there other than Lady Elhaya?
There's only one way to find out.
So yeah, you guys are just planning on. Okay.
Yeah.
What else are we gonna do?
What's that?
What else can we even do? I can't think of anything.
I mean, you guys could just fuck off if you wanted at this point. You don't have to go.
Yeah, but I feel committed.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I think to start out, I'm gonna be walking on top of the water with my boots, just to kind of keep an eye on like the whirlpool and the storm, see if I can see anything.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Go ahead, Roland.
Roland was going to go up to Durza and ask, do you happen to have a bolt that you don't mind if it gets a little banged up?
She looks at you for a moment, and she raises her hand to her mouth, and she lets out this incredibly tall, incredibly loud whistle. And you see within a few moments as this boat kind of comes just tearing around the corner of the island. It's a very thin, like, island type boat. It has like the one side of it is the buoy balance, and the rest of it's just a very long, skinny hull. But it should fit the group of you with no issues. And she looks over to you and goes, "That should do."
That will do.
Also, I crit.
Okay. Is there anything in particular that you are looking for?
I don't know. I mean, just anything that seems, I guess, more off to me about like the storm, the whirlpool itself. If there's anything I can see going into, coming out of it, or I don't know.
You would definitely, if you spend a few minutes looking at it with the nat 20, you see that it is a very aggressive storm. Lightning, rain. It seems like it's probably very windy, especially at the rate that it's moving. But you also can tell that it's a very large distance in the center of it. You may not have seen something like this before, especially with your background and your nature. It's probably unlikely, but even still, this almost seems kind of very unsettling. It's just how expansive the center of this whirlpool is. It stretches quite a bit further that you can even just see, like the curvature of it. Like, it looks like it is massive across, and it looks like it goes very, very deep. And then I'm assuming, are you guys all just gonna hop on the boat and start heading out that way then?
Yeah, Roland's gonna step right in the boat and start to
I'm
make
gonna be
whatever.
walking on the water.
Okay, are you gonna try to keep up with them on the like just with your boots on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Orlo, could you do that thing with your nose again? It really worked for us on the river.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
I remember it specifically because I thought this is so fucking stupid. I love it.
Wait, we're going out there?
Yeah, that's been the whole plan the whole time, buddy.
Where did you think we were going?
I thought the water room was where we were. That
was where we were, and now that's where we're going, over there.
And
yeah.
Okay. I mean,
yeah, we gotta fight the octopus lady.
Aren't we friends with the octopi?
Some of them, I don't know. Our relationship with the octopi is murky at best at this point. Although.
Okay. All right, I'm in.
This is the woman who turned Rogak into crab. Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, it's the whole thing. We'll fill you in on that bit later. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Well, I'll tell you what. When we get back, if we get back, we'll sit down. I'll buy the drinks. We'll give you a whole recap of the whole crab man, nose in the water, giant turtle, the whole shebang.
Why do I feel like I'm signing up for a game of Squire's Dice? Anyway, everybody, into the boat. Eugene, make yourself useful. Grab a rope.
He immediately like jumps out over onto the boat and like just grabs the first rope that he is near, and the guy that's on the boat just kind of looks at you and then looks at him and then looks at Durza, and Durza just kind of like puts her hand up and she's just like, just sit down, boy.
Is the crew coming?
We don't need a crew.
Well, it's just sailing directly into a maelstrom. It just seems like a sort of thing. Like, we can now breathe underwater, so drowning is sort of a secondary concern for us.
Orlo just like kind of. Is everybody in the boat yet?
I would say that you guys are probably like just working on getting in at this moment.
Okay, as soon as everybody is like getting their last foot in, Orlo just kind of grabs it and starts pushing it out to sea, and hops in as we start floating along. And then just look, we don't need a crew, and I just stick my trunk in the water behind us and just start blowing and moving us in the direction we need to go as best as I possibly can.
And I'll just be like kind of like skipping a little over the waves as they're coming out and just like running along to keep up with the boat.
Everyone's gonna stand on the front of the boat, take his rapier out, and point it towards the maelstrom, be like, "To the sexy octopus lady!"
Roland's gonna lean against the mast and look around and say, "Oh, this is a pleasant surprise. Honestly, I'm relieved I haven't the foggiest idea of how to run a sailing boat."
Me either.
Orlo, go ahead. Orlo and Laya, actually, both of you, go ahead and give me an athletics check, please.
But I have their special boots.
You're trying to run alongside a boat.
The boat isn't going that fast.
You don't know that.
We're sailing into a hurricane.
You about to find out, though.
5.
Okay. Perfect. This is about as well as I planned this was gonna go. It's Laya, you have no problems keeping up with the boat. I was merely curious to see how you were handling the interaction. You have not really spent a lot of time actively using these boots. Water is a very interesting creature in itself. So as you're kind of running, you do that thing like a lot of people do when they're skating for the first time, when you're just like, oh, oh, oh. And you manage to keep up just fine. But everybody on the boat is going to be getting a great laugh at what's going on.
Laya, do you need me to slow down?
This isn't going as well as I thought. I'm just gonna hop in the boat. Thanks.
Roland's gonna offer his hand over the edge to kind of help her on.
I slow down.
Push somebody off a boat.
Thank you, Roland. I'm still getting used to these boots, but boy, are they cool.
Well, I figured it. With the boots, if we put you on the back of the boat with a rope, that could be fun.
We could do some water skiing.
Some what?
It's a new sport we just made up right now.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm a feudal knight. I don't understand.
All right.
Orlo just starts to speed up the boat a little bit more.
Just blowing harder.
The boat sinks and we all die.
So DM, I gotta know.
Yes.
Is the nose working?
I
gotta know.
Does Orlo think it's working, or is it actually working?
Orlo operates on space orc terms, and we just believe it exists. So
And it happens.
Works, and it just works. So
A little bit of that PMA.
Orlo is doing a great job, but Durza is very clearly using the mast and sail to catch the wind and sail you guys towards your destination.
Durza, I never took you for a sales lady.
She just blatantly ignores you. She heard you, but she does not acknowledge you.
I don't know. She has the manners of a sailor.
And she just like, you can hear her kind of chuckle and see her shoulders laugh, like, bounce a little bit as she's like, only the best. As you guys make your way out towards this massive hurricane, it takes a little bit of time because it is quite far off in the distance, quite deep out into the ocean. But the closer and closer you get, the water gets more and more choppy and more aggressive, and you can see that the boat is starting to get to a point where it's not really handling this super well. And Durza turns to you all and just goes, especially the group of you, Sir Roland, and damn it, I literally just forgot his name.
Jean.
Michelle,
yes,
Michelle.
thank you. You and Michelle, who are in particularly heavier armor, she goes, you look like you can handle yourselves, but it might get a little fun for the group of you.
Oh, do I not look like I'm already having fun?
Well, you won't be when you have to swim in that giant sack of armor. And she
Don't worry, there's a all Rolly over here. There's a pile of laughs.
At a certain point, you're getting extremely close, and you kind of crest this larger wave. And as you kind of come up over it, you see that the water just drops out from beneath you, and the boat comes crashing down. I need all of you to go ahead and just give me either a dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw, if you would, please.
Sorry, what saving throws?
Dex or strength.
Dex?
These dice are cursed.
25.
8.
19.
25.
So Orlo,
Bros.
you and Eugene are both kind of caught very unawares by this, and as this boat kind of just basically falls out of the sky, the rest of you kind of, as this is happening, bail out, but you and Eugene stay on the boat and can't really like make your way off to the sides as everybody's kind of just jumping overboard.
Would I be able to say that with my crit perception from earlier that I was able to see it and call out to people to give advantage if they need it?
Sure, absolutely. So go ahead and give me another roll there, Orlo.
16.
Much better. So all of you, with Laya's careful watch of the seas, manage to make your way off of the boat as it kind of hits the water and just splinters into a bunch of different pieces and starts to kind of sink and go under. I need all of you to give me athletics checks, please, as you feel the water, that you're close enough now, you can feel the pool of this massive whirlpool starting to just drag you towards it.
So before we make the check, should Emerson scream at the Durza like, what can we do?
Dive. And she just goes straight under the water.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought we were going to have to like batten down the hatches or some shit. Just going for it.
I got a 14.
Oh.
Natty 1.
Perfect.
I'll do you one better, Berkey. 2.
Now that is a 7 after my bonus.
Okay, good to know. What is yours, BK?
6.
Okay. Orlo? Sorry, say that one more time. You are muted.
What do we do?
There you go. An athletics check, please.
Can do. God damn it, this is the 4th 3 I've rolled tonight.
Stop
Get him
using
out of the
those
way
dice.
early. There's no way that this chick could go badly for us.
So what's your total on that?
8.
Okay, so 8, 6, 7.
6, 7, 8.
14.
14. What did... So he got that, and so Sir Roland and Michelle both ended up with a 7. Eugene got a 9.
There's my boy.
As he is not in quite as heavy armor as the two of you, but still not doing very well. You guys, across the board, Laya, you are fine. If you want to, you're capable of standing up onto the water again, but as I said, Durza does dive underneath.
I'm going to go ahead and try to dive, and if whoever is closest to me, I'll try to like kind of grab and help them.
Okay. Okay. It would probably be BK. So it would be Emmerin, closest to you.
Never mind, I don't help him. I'm
That
just kidding.
seems
Yes,
that seems accurate.
I'm just kidding. I'll help Emmerin.
I like the picture though that like Laya is like about to dive in. She sees Emmerin. She thinks for a second while staring at him, and he's like thrashing, looking at her like, "Dear God, help me!" And she's like,
I dive.
So the group of you that did not pass a 10, you get sucked underwater. What did you get, BK? You had a 8 or a 6, 7? Oh, you also had a 7. Sorry.
6.
6. That's
this many.
I couldn't see the other finger. I just guessed. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I'm so cut off on the window. Yeah.
It was just the one I was looking at. It happened to be. You were fine. It also is hard. Yes. The group of you that rolled under a 10, you kind of just immediately feel the pull of this as you are sucked down and towards the whirlpool. You're above water if you choose to be. If you do choose to dive, you now obviously still have water breathing, so that will not be a factor in this. Is there anybody that would actively want to stay on the surface?
I'm just sticking with the group.
Okay. You all dive underwater, and as you do, you even underwater can see this massive funnel in front of you, just swirling and pulling down. You can't see the bottom of it from where you are. It does get quite deep and quite dark very quickly. You are out into the ocean quite a bit. But you start getting pulled down into this. Is there anything that any of you want to try to do to stop this at all? Or is there anything that any of you can do, I suppose? Or are you just kind of going to continue to swim into it and hope for the best?
Will makes a great point. I mean, how deep is the water if you cannot see the bottom? Is there anything there's nothing we can see, no guide at all?
Durza is under the water, probably 30 feet ahead of you, just swimming
just
down, like as fast as she can, swimming downward.
All right, once Emmerin gets himself...
I'm really going to be, following her.
Yeah, once I get situated, I'm like, I'm not going to be outdone. I'm going to chase her as fast as I go. I'm a racer.
Yeah, I guess with Roland the One, like Roland had tried to do a cool dive like Durza, but he's in heavy armor. So he ends up like doing a like a really uncoordinated, like non-graceful belly flop into the water. And like he hits the water and his hair is everywhere. He's looking around and he takes a second and starts to swim after everybody else going down.
Okay. Then as you guys start to kind of push yourself downwards, actually, to your benefit, Sir Roland, you and Michelle both kind of just start to sink, which in this moment isn't the worst thing.
That's us just actively swimming down, and Sir Roland just angrily, like...
Perfect.
You feel the immense pull of this whirlpool, and you know that the further you're swimming down, you're still not going to beat it at the rate that you're going. If you guys want to give me one more athletics check to see what the outcome of what's going to happen with the whirlpool is going to be, let's go ahead and do that.
19.
I got a 17.
18.
All right, guys, don't fail me now. 15.
Oh, thank God.
So
That face, I know, with your face, I was like, ah, fuck.
So
sorry, guys, it's just my face.
None of you were under 15, correct?
No.
Okay. The only person that was is actually Michelle. And
Goodbye, Michelle.
You see, as you guys start to get closer, you feel the actual funnel now as you get closer, and it's really starting to drag you into it. And with the group of you, you just kind of commit to it as you see Durza in front of you, just swimming into it and around. Michelle tries to fight it a lot more aggressively and ends up actually getting ripped through and spit out into the center of this whirlpool. And you can see for a second as he like gets ripped into the torrent, and then you just lose him completely.
Is Roland close enough to try and like reach out and grab him and maybe pull him in, or try and save him in some capacity?
Make me a perception check. We'll call it real easy, just like a DC 10. Like don't worry about it too much. I just want to see what your awareness is in this moment.
15.
So you know that as you see him kind of start to get pulled, you either can let him go or you're both going. Like, there's not really a good outcome in this situation for you if you try to help him.
So he's getting pulled like into the riptide, like getting spit into the center of the whirlpool.
Correct.
Roland's gonna grab onto him and go in.
All right. So the rest of you see Sir Roland kind of reach out as Michelle starts to get pulled in, and they both just immediately hit the torrent, and then they just disappear. You follow Durza ahead of you, and she's not particularly far away, but she's far enough that you start to lose her the further and further you go down. But you keep catching like the backside of like her legs, like, and just keep following her through this riptide and keeping yourself in it. And as you reach the bottom, or seemingly the bottom, it actually starts to level out a little bit. And you see that in the center of this area is just much like what Orlo saw in the caverns just earlier. There's just this kind of sheen wall of water ahead of you. And you are now firmly standing on the ground, like the seabed, with this kind of just wall of water in front of you.
Do we see everybody? Like, do we note that Michelle and Roland? Man. Dear God, sorry.
Rolly.
Oh, Rolly. Oh, Rolly. Do we know that they're gone? Or is it just kind of a bit chaotic? And
at this moment, you would be able to see very clearly that it's just Eugene and Durza standing there with the group of you, and not the two of them.
Are we just standing, or are we like still swimming?
You're you're 20 feet from the ocean floor. You can go down and stand. Because especially right now you have water breathing. It's just a choice of what would make you.
Is it still dark?
It's darker, but especially here now that kind of the most of the torrent is with the water the way that it is. There is a little bit of ambient light that's kind of reflecting in through where you are, but behind you is just basically pitch black. You can't see anything. But in front of you, you do have, for about 30 feet inside of this wall, you can see some things. It's very low light.
So Emmerin is just kind of like, and then
yeah, that was my next question: is are we able to communicate at all, or like we?
Do you actively go and try to say something, Emmerin?
Yeah.
It comes out perfectly fine.
Okay, it comes out. I know, he looks up and he goes, fucking Rolly. That cunt he's with, they got shoved into the bloody whirlpool. I suppose we gotta go after him.
Well, we can't very well go in there without them.
Or
now hear me out here.
Now hear me out. We were doing just fine before this holy son of a bitch came. No, I'm just kidding. We need to go get.
So, is there anything let me rephrase. Eugene immediately passes through this wall of water. He is going to look for the both of them because that is all that matters to him in this moment. Durza stands there and looks at him as he walks through, and she just follows him. So it's just the three of you now standing there.
when I see the two of them go in, I'm just gonna be like, ugh, and follow them through.
Yeah. All right. Good herding, Ducky. Good herding. Herd them cats.
Herd them. So as you walk through this wall in front of you, you step out and just kind of drop the last couple of feet onto the solid seabed in front of you. And you can look up and you see the storm just torrenting over top of you. You are standing not in water, just on the ground in open air. And in front of you, you see there's a few rocks and a very large, broken, and battered galleon.
Is it incredibly tall?
Not now. It used to be at one point.